with the live thing. Or the... Oh, great.
All right, so somebody tell me right now. Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Best sounds I've heard in many minutes. Head bob. So they could maybe hear the
music.
Maybe they could hear the music. All right, I'm not gonna mess with anything else. Me and Rip are here today. Hey, Rip, how's it going? Tell everybody what you did.
What did I do? Well, what about the stuff I just talked about the last 8 minutes where there was no sound and stuff like that? Are we starting out over, or does it?
Well, yeah, they've not heard it, so we gotta do all that over.
Oh, hey, guess where we were at a couple of days ago? A couple of days ago, I was in AEW,
Fishers, Indiana,
and then all the top stars. Turbo and Floyd was there. Floyd and Turbo. Their pictures are not on the big the vans in the back. I got my Ox Baker T-shirt on for everybody to see that.
Keep going AEW.
Okay, and AEW. So I had I stayed in the catering all night, and I ate so much food all night. I still got some steak left, chicken left, and some fruits left that I accidentally brought home with me. But Turbo and Floyd, I guess, they just kept eating that food, and they're allowed to take some with them. So Randy had 7 containers with him, said he'd be eating all that all week until the next television. He might survive with all that. But they had some of the greatest food in many, many months. They had all kinds of desserts. I had the steak, I had the chicken.
We're talking wrestling. What about the AEW wrestling, Rip? You remember you went to AEW wrestling, not...
Well,
You're acting like you went to the
I went
Barrel
well.
Or the
I was
that buffet we all used to eat at that Bowling always got everybody in Louisville.
Yeah, I can't remember.
What was it?
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Yeah,
you went to the Golden Corral, not AEW.
No, we was eating there, and then they had the big fucking screens there, the TVs in there while it was on, because the Outrunners were on TV, where you was out by ringside, and I was watching them on TV. But then when they started the live the tape show, then they turned them off in there. So I guess so people would get, go to the locker room or whatever the hell they're supposed to do.
You guys probably already seen the picture, but you didn't hear what I said. Lila's her first AEW show right here.
It's got the picture, Turbo and Floyd, the Outrunners. Don't get any better than that.
Today was the first day, Rip, I think, that I've ever not looked in the comments right away, and we just started the show. We were on such a roll. I decided not to check the comments.
Well,
everybody in here saying
there's no sound.
There's no sound.
When we watch this back on YouTube, like it means there's going to be no sound the first 8 minutes or whatever.
I think I can actually cut it out, possibly. I think.
Es posible.
Maybe
that'll be good. Probably so people that was listening or not listening, I can say, "Oh shit, there ain't no sound on there." So,
I think I can. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, anyway, we had a good time at AEW. Let's take a look at some of these comments. People probably pissed off. Jamie Dundee, yeah, oh yeah, let's just get to that while we're here, while we're thinking about it. Tell them who's on the show today, Rip.
Shit, there he is right there, JC Ice Baby, Jamie Dundee, the son of superstar Bill Dundee. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the intellect of Jamie Dundee.
Should be joining us in 17 minutes.
17, not 16, but 17 minutes. The inevitable. He was a WWE superstar.
Yeah, JC Ice.
Yeah, JC Ice, baby.
PG-13, you know what they were called? And I'm not blaming Jamie Dundee at all for this, but we did a walkthrough just to make sure he knew what was going on, a walkthrough to get him on here. And then
the problem was we didn't know.
I got to switch all the shit back over, or I never plugged it in, and then when I did, we never ran the own test. And
well, what happened was you were worrying about the big birthday party tonight.
It was Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas party. Yeah, birthday, Christmas. In other words, you got 50 people coming over here, and you're stressed with that. You're running around doing everything that you can do, and you almost had to leave me here. Now, just think if you'd have left me right here and I'd have total silence the whole time, that'd been awesome, wouldn't it?
Just think if Manny didn't have your cell phone number.
That's right.
And just think over Manny the Weasel.
Yeah,
Valverde.
Manny the Weasel Valverde. Let's see. Now he's the king of Scottsburg and winning the card tournaments. I wonder if he's still got the ex-governor's daughter or and all the women he's.
Tell Manny what Jamie Dundee said about poker.
What did he say about poker?
He just said he was a big poker player, a big gambler. And he said that he'd never heard of Manny. He said he knew every good poker player south of Indianapolis, north of Tampa, Florida, and he never ever heard
No,
of Manny
no,
Valverde.
he plugged Eastern Kentucky or Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee was what he did. He didn't plug it there. I think there's so many. He's the Jamie Dundee.
Oh, now you're defending Weasel.
Huh?
Now you're defending Weasel. I'm saying Dundee said he'd never heard of Weasel. Like Weasel was a nobody.
Well, you're just stirring the shits. What you've done. You're
Well,
trying.
I know, and
You're trying to get a fist fight going over here on between JC Ice Baby and Manny the Weasel Valverde.
I would pay to see that.
Oh man.
I would pay to see that. Frank Picklebarrel in the house in green. George Jetson in from outer space. Gregory Mala in here. Opinion Haver in green, the longest living member ever.
I wonder if he could hear us earlier when there was no sound. I guess he couldn't hear us if there was no sound.
George Jetson says he wasn't prepared. You're damn right on that. I clicked the button at 1 second till, and
yeah, exactly like 1 second till we got it. Hey, somebody said no sound. Is that Italian? Thing's not on. God, I can't even see. Can't see. Can't hear.
Not heard today. Hear no evil, see no evil. I like it. Turn your fucking mic on.
Who said that?
Todd Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're on now, baby. You can't have everything.
Manny the Weasel, the sexiest man of Jackson County, the man that wins poker tournaments, the man who wins championships. I, Manny the Weasel, is in the house today. Happy Friday to all my freaks out there.
Holy shit.
Big George said he saw Rip on AEW this week.
You know how it is.
A lot of no sounds.
No sounds. No. At least the guys are telling you there's no sounds.
Still a lot of no sounds. Look at that. That's why we turned it on. Bobby Lopez.
All right.
I'll give you $2.
Oh, that $2.
If you turn the damn
sound please.
On.
Okay. We turned the sound on, so got a little extra noise, baby.
Yeah. Thanks, Bobby Lopez. It don't get no better than this.
Yeah, don't get no better than that.
None of your business said Rip banged my mom back in 1981. I came out July 82 in West Virginia.
Who said that?
None of your business said
that.
Oh,
none of my business said that. Okay, okay.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Were you in West Virginia in that time? Right?
I was. Oh yeah, I was. I was always in Madison, wrestling in Beckley, around Charleston, Huntington.
So do you think this is true?
Nah. They're just trying. They're just trying to get me for back child support, probably, or something like that. Or I got to pay their college tuition or something like that. I can't even. You know how the deal is.
Yeah, this is true right here. Rip and Jamie on the same show. They might as well censor the whole thing. This might be our last day on YouTube.
Yeah. This
could be the end of Rip Rogers Live. But if it is, we're gonna go out with a bang today. Jamie Dundee said we should put out a warning right now for everybody listening that when he comes on that we are not responsible for anything that he says on this show today.
We need the people to start marking down how many cuss words there are, because the one when you accused me of having 1,000, or was it the King said 1,500? It was only like, what was it, like
470 or something.
400, yeah. So I watched the whole thing again and I wrote them all down. Timeout. What?
Breaking news.
What did it say? Center of the board.
No, look how much.
Center. What's the center? I can't.
Look how much.
I know. I saw $20. $20. All right. Hey, Rip.
Board,
why and how did ICW go out of business, and what were some of the best feuds in the promotion? What do you think of Pez Watley? Well, Pez Watley was best man at my wedding, so I got to think good of him.
Give him $20 worth. Why go get me I gotta get
a what? A sugar. Well, a sugar drink. Okay. Vaughn Light's gonna get him a sugar drink, which could be a Coke, a Pepsi, a coffee with. Oh, the $20 question. Okay, and why and how did ICW go out of business, and what were some of the best feuds in the promotion? What do you think of Pez Watley? Well, Pez was awesome. He was Kentucky State powerlifting champion. He was a legit shooter from the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Pez was a heavyweight wrestler, and then George Weingroff was. He was like a 185 or 189 pounder. So they were actually wrestling teammates in college, and Pez was trained to wrestle by George Weingroff's dad, the legendary Saul Weingroff. ICW went out of business. Wyatt left. Garvin was left, and it was just basically the Poffos running it, and then they went off to Memphis, and then they half-ass closed up because Lanny went to Mid South, and then Randy was in Memphis, and then they ended up going to WWE. So that's why we went out of business. But all the original uh, business partners was uh, Lanny Poffo, Randy Savage, and his dad, me, George Weingroff, and then uh, Bob Orton Jr., Ronnie Garvin, and Roop, Orton, and Garvin. Yeah, and then one by one, we just whoop, we would leave and stuff like that. And at the end, it was nothing but Randy and Lanny and Angelo. So uh, Randy went to WWE, Lanny went to WWE, and the miser, he was just hanging out. So that was how that went. Some of the best feuds. Well, I had a feud with Leap and Lanny, and Randy Savage had great matches with Ronnie Garvin, and then me and Pez's tag team. We had a lot of good matches with Lanny and George Weingroff. But in Rupp Arena, that was the biggest crowd we ever drew, and that's the night I got my head shaved. So me getting my head shaved, and there was my mom and dad there sitting there watching. It was the only match they ever went to, and they saw me and I got my head shaved. So center of the board, a $20 question. So we was talking about. I told you about how we went out of business, why we went out of business, talking about the feuds in the promotion. What did I think of Pez Watley as he was best man in my first wedding? So
you covered it all.
yeah.
I don't know if we said this or not. But Shane Parks gave us a $3 super sticker. Also.
Okay, a $3 super
We're
sticker,
on fire
baby.
today, baby.
We are on fire.
Shane Parks, center of the board. And that was that. Oh no, that was none of your business. That is your son. Center of the board. Welcome to the channel, man.
Holy shit, center of the board.
You're on fire today.
Would that be like center when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played center or what? Or
we got 8 minutes till Jamie Dundee. I hope you guys got some questions for Jamie Dundee today. I'm trying to get some stuff here ready. Maybe.
I just got a text.
Let's
see the text message from Jamie Dundee. Let's see.
Poker tournament somewhere. Right
Let's see. I'm on there. Am I at the right one?
No. Not yet. Tell him I sent him a brand new link. Like I just emailed him a link. It's not the test link.
Okay.
Or just give it a second, see if he pops in.
Okay, let's see if he pops in here.
Is my mic still not on, or is it old? My mic is off? Surely not.
I don't know. You're Mr. Technology.
Mike,
I'm not.
As dead as AEW attendance, so I'm not even. My mic's not working.
I don't know.
This thing on?
Well, I'm sure we're gonna.
So is Mike, Vaughn, your mic is off.
Okay, who said that? Bobby Lopez. Are you plugged in?
Plugged in, mic's on, mic check, it's showing green. How about check.
Is it turned on, ladies and gentlemen?
Check.
All of a sudden, it's that air thing came on.
I just hit a button, but it shouldn't matter. God, what a show, Rick.
What a show. We got no sound. Jamie Dundee.
Check.
Am I at the right one?
Check. Lowish, I have no idea. Checking, check. Checking, check. All right, Rip. Nope. Vaughn's mic off. Shit.
Well, then we'll have to share the
mic. Just I'll figure it out. Let's see. Answer that question.
What is it? Where did you go after Continental? Who does you feud with? Who do I feud? Let's see. After what's that?
Just get your phone open.
Okay.
Come on, get with it, Rip. We got 45 people on here.
Okay, I'm on there. Okay.
You talk to this.
Okay.
I'm trying to handle all this.
Okay.
Shit.
Hey, we got so much excitement going around. We got talk to the people. Yes. We got so much shit. We got so much shit going on. You know, Lilas has got the big Christmas party tonight. He's worried about this. He's worried about that. We're worried about Jamie Dundee trying to get in here where he can be the special guest and stuff. And he's Mr. Technology just like me, and we want to have a cuss-a-thon and see how many different profanities we can do. So be marking down every one of them. We have trouble with the little bit of the sound bites here and everything. So, where did I go after Continental? See, I left Continental. Let's see. Then I went to Kansas City. Then I went to South Africa. Then I wrestled 2 years out of the states. Now, how did I do that? Well, at first I went to South Africa. Then I went to Calgary for Stu Hart. Then after I was there for like 4 months. Then I went to Japan to wrestle Giant Baba and All Japan wrestling. After that, I went to the Maritimes for the summertime. Then I went back to Stu Hart. After back to Stu Hart, me and Lilas, we ran the big Seymour show in Seymour, Indiana. Then I went off to Puerto Rico for about 10 months. So basically 2 years in the States, and I didn't even wrestle uh, in the States except for the Super Spectacular in Seymour, Indiana, where Vaughn Lilas and his dad helped me promote it. So it don't get any better than that. So Shane Parks, I hope that answered your question. Where did I go after Continental, and who did I feud? Well, and I feuded with Adrian Street in Continental. The other places, I went through too many places. So what the hell, right? Look at Lilas. He's over here doing all of his busy work. He's got a lot of shit to do. I still don't know if he don't even have a microphone, so I'm here having to pull everything. Who's that? Who? George Lamb. What George say? What's something about Randy Savage that would surprise a lot of fans? Well, the only time his whole career when I was with him and I lived with him about 4 years, he was always talking like this. And the only time he dropped it was when Backup Dog died. Backup Dog died. Then Randy had a home plate. He had Backup Dog's dog collar and stuff like that, and his leash up there. And he said, "Well, I guess I better get me a new dog." So, how's that?
I don't know, but how's
Randy?
Center of the board coming through with another 20?
Holy shit!
I remember watching ICW wrestling in
That's
1981
right.
when I was living in Mobile, Alabama. I loved it and wondered why it went off the air. I remember seeing the Hustler in Southeastern Continental.
It don't get any better than that. Yeah,
so ICW was in Mobile?
Yeah, see, we had we was in like 14 TV markets, and some of the markets we sent a tape to down the Gulf Coast down there, and in Mobile we was on TV down there, so they got the show. That's like we had the TV in San Francisco. We had Miles City, Montana, another thing in Montana, but we had a bunch of stations that were paying us money to put the to be on their TV station. So that's how all that happened. And one was in Mobile, Alabama, and you're the first person, the center of the board with another $20 super stick of baby. He was talking about that, and that's the first guy that's ever mentioned anything about the Mobile, Alabama TV station when we had ICW wrestling down at the Gulf Coast.
You're the man, center of the board.
You are
on fire today.
We are on fire. Don't get any better than that.
Ooh, I don't know about this question.
I was wondering if you could ask about Randy Savage's encounter with a woman named Vanessa. George Wenger didn't ever talk. Vanessa. Oh, yeah. Okay, Randy was drunk, and I forgot all about that. That's a hell of a story. Anyway, Randy was, he was, he liked to drink, go out to bars and stuff. God, I couldn't remember. And yeah, Vanessa. And Randy was swapping spit with what he thought was a girl, but he'd had a little bit of alcohol, well, a lot of alcohol in him, and he didn't quite realize that he was swapping spit with a guy. So
this was Randy?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I guess he sort of went down there to see what was down at the bottom a little bit, and all of a sudden there was a little a banana in the guy's in the girls. I got to do the 2, 7.
Multitask, Rip.
Okay, there.
Our viewership's dropping like flies. Who's the producer of this show? Anybody hear me?
I think Manny the Weasel Valverde's the producer, and that's why it's not doing so much. But anyway, the story with Vanessa, I forgot all about that. Well, I can't remember stuff anyway. But Randy was going to kill the guy. I mean, Vanessa. He was going to kill Vanessa because Vanessa ended up being a guy. But what the hell? You can't have everything, right? You get a few beers in you. I
Yeah.
guess that was why I didn't drink. Oh, Bobby Lopez saying, Vaughn, your mic is off.
Bobby's
no.
on it today.
He
tell me they can't hear me.
All right. We
I'm
need.
gonna come on here every day without a mic.
And 99 people have gone there and say, "Hey, your mic's not off. Your mic's not
Thanks,
off."
Bobby Lopez.
But Weasel was the very first one. I guess Steve Crawford gifted one Wrestling with Rip Rogers membership. Don't get any better than that.
On fire today, man. This show is now. If Jamie Dundee,
it's about time for Jamie to Dundee.
Just finish this link. Finish
this
link out for us. I just text him. Send it here.
Send it here. Okay. Well,
Well,
Well, what? I can't see that. I can't see. My glasses. I didn't up.
Here.
Let's see if I go for 3 years in a row without going back to get my eyes checked.
JC, Jamie Dundee. I just sent it there.
Okay.
All right, you take care of this question.
Okay. What's this?
Center of the board. Again.
Oh, okay. He's talking about when the original Sheik worked for ICW. Well, the Poffos, Randy, Lanny, and Angelo, they all worked for the Sheik in Detroit. And when I started out, I worked for the Sheik in Detroit, where they were in the territory. I just come in and did TVs to get exposed and stuff like that. But they were friends with the Sheik, so Sheik come in and would wrestle our territory in ICW. So and then before we started ICW, Randy would go. There's Jamie's on my phone. Should I say boom? Let's see. Okay. Uh-oh.
Can you just use?
You got to send it to that email so I can open it on that other phone.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now.
Okay, I can open it on this other phone because this is that same one that wouldn't let the kid open it. So for some reason this phone won't let it do it.
Okay, I'll send it back to that email right now. All right, see.
Shit, things are happening around here. That's for damn sure. But anyway, back to the Sheik. Yeah, the Sheik come in. He'd stay over at Miser's house, Angelo's house, and they'd reminisce that. And Sheik got out of the house, so his old lady wouldn't be yelling at him and his kid and stuff like that. But yeah, the Sheik was hanging out in ICW, and where we had all worked for him before, so it was like a meeting of the legends, if you know what I mean. It'd be like Duke Snyder with Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, stuff like that. But these are just wrestlers, like the Sheik, the three Poffos, and Rip Rogers. But I wasn't Rip Rogers yet, so I went from Mark Shira to the Inevitable Disco Kid to Hercules Samar, the Inevitable Disco Kid, and then the great Mephisto had to call me Rip Rogers. So all of a sudden, I was Rip Rogers.
I hope you answered the question. Did you answer?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Rip, Frank's Pickle Barrel asks, I think he's asked this a couple times. Rip, any Devil's Duo stories?
Yeah. Doug Vine's Devil's Duo. He was from Huntsville, Alabama, just like Bobby Eaton, just like Arville Hutto. And then Jeff Sword, he went to the IU or the ICW wrestling school. Now the ICW wrestling school there was a building, it seated like 500 downtown in Lexington, and we was gonna me and Randy we was gonna move in there and live there, but then it cost $50,000 to just rewire the place. So Angelo said, "Oh, poop on that. We're not gonna do that." But Jeff Sword went to the IU or the ICW wrestling school. Him and Ricky Cook survived it. Anyway, there was about 90 some people. I think there was when we first. There's Jamie and hey. When they first started, but Ronnie Garvin got a hold of a few people. I don't know. He didn't actually kill anybody, but he made him unconscious and hurt him. And pretty much after they'd made their initial deposits and stuff like that, he hurt so many of them that they all pretty much left, except a couple of them. And Jeff Sword was one that survived.
We see you there, Jamie. We'll be with you in 1 second. We got one last question here from center of the board. because it's a big one. It's another $10 one, so we got to get to him here real quick. What are your memories of Ox Baker? He scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Well, you see my Ox Baker t-shirt right here. Just happen to have my Ox Baker t-shirt on right here. Foxy Oxy. What habit did I get from Oxy? Well, he showed me how to paint my toenails pink. So for years and years, I had my toenails painted pink, just like Foxy Oxy. So Ox would give it the heart punch. I've been to Ox Baker's house. It don't get any better than that. He used to live in Cole Camp, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen. Cole Camp, Missouri. I visited Foxy Oxy, ate at his house, and I worked 4 weeks in a row with him in Kansas City. And you know they were Matt classics.
He also scared the shit out of me. I remember my cousin, Jacob Baker. We were working the concession stand at the Seymour National Guard Armory for the big wrestling show. Ox came in with his flip-flops, his toenails painted, sat down, ate all our hot dogs, and said, "I am your Uncle Ox," because they had the same last name.
Yeah.
My cousin was about 7 or 8, started crying, said, "You're not my uncle." So that was it. I'm getting loud. They tell me my mics are off. So anyway, without further ado, I don't know if any of my mics are working. But we got, I don't know, Rip, this might be one of the most excited we've been for, well, we haven't had a guest on for a long time. But even with that, we don't know what to expect. He told us we need to put out a little memo that we are not responsible for what is said on this show after this. I just pray we don't get taken off YouTube today. Without further ado, Rip.
Here he is, the legendary
Jamie Dundee.
Hello, gentlemen.
What
Hello.
kind of? Oh! Now we can. Let's see. Can we hear him? Let's see.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh, now he's yelling and screaming, but we can't hear him.
No, I'm
This
not
is
yelling
awesome.
and screaming. That's Jamie
Jamie,
Dundee's
we
boy.
can't hear you. Oh my God!
No
he's
microphone.
talking-
Hold on. We're
talking-
fixing.
He's talking 100
Oh, I
miles.
think you can. Wait, they might be able to hear him. Hold on.
Let's see.
Can you guys hear Jamie or not?
I can hear you. Can you hear
My
me?
computer that's messed up.
Yeah, your computer's the shits.
Let's see what's
We
happening.
can't. Okay, they can hear you, Jamie. So
Well, that's all that matters.
While I figure out my mic real quick.
Okay.
Look,
Promo time. Yeah.
Tell the people who you are.
I am Bill Dundee's boy. I'm beautiful Bobby Eaton's brother-in-law and Bill
awesome.
Dundee's son. It's not my
Look at
fault.
the rings he's got on. He's got the gold chain.
Oh,
He's
y'all,
got
you
the
listening, man?
packs. He's
I got out of the
this and
wrestling
that.
business. I got everything.
I don't know.
I got a house and a car and a motorcycle and a wife, and I got groceries and a life because I got out of the wrestling business. Are y'all there? Where did you go? Can you hear me now? I can't hear you. We can't hear you now. I bet the people can't hear you now either. Because I can't. I can just hear. I can't hear you now. Something's not right. It's this company. They don't want to let me on. The last time I tried to use StreamYard, they wouldn't let it go through either. They're like, "No, we're not letting Dundee on our channel." No, I can't hear you. I don't know if the people can hear you. I don't know if they can hear me.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
Now we're
All
doing something.
right. Whatever you put.
All right. So all I did is unplugged all my microphones, and we're just using the computer, I believe. So
They said the ratings went up right then.
It's not going to be the greatest, but
This is the greatest show we got today, so we'll just go with it, baby.
That's right. We'll go with it, baby. Donald Trump's president. It don't get no better anyway.
No politics in this show.
No
I don't
politics,
vote for
none.
anybody.
I can't vote. I'm a felon. I'm a felon and an Australian. They didn't let me. I can't vote.
Oh, fucking hell, nice on, mate, eh?
Hey, Ronnie, the Prime Minister said, "Stick this up your rectum." Can you say rectum?
Up to ours, love.
Are
Arse,
you really
yes.
born in Australia? That could be a dumb question.
I was. I was born in Sydney, Australia in 1971 to the great Bill Dundee and Beverly Dundee.
And we're 2
Came
years
to
apart.
America in 1975 when I was 4, and the rest is history.
Wow, that's awesome. So you were okay. I guess I didn't realize you were born when your dad came.
Yeah, I
over.
was born.
I meant when he came to Australia.
Yeah. My daddy was, working in Memphis. Working in Australia, and Bobby Shane, the King Bobby Shane, brought him and George Barnes to America in 74. And in 75, he called and said, come on, y'all. We floated on a piece of styrofoam for weeks.
Now, how long was he partners with George Barnes?
I guess in Australia, you know, the 68, 69, 70. I mean, because I was born 71 and they were partners for years before that.
Now, do you look like your dad or do you look like the mailman?
Well, my dad said, let me tell you what he just said to me. He said, I went and saw him on his 81st birthday and I sat down and he said, do I know you? I said, you should. I'm your boy, Jamie Dundee. He said, Jamie Dundee, I'll be damned. He gave me a big hug and then he said, you look just like me. So I guess I do.
Okay, that's always a plus.
Yeah, he just kept staring at me. He's like, damn, you look like me. I was like, cool. Hope so. That's a plus. Yeah, right. That's a bonus.
We got a fan question for you here.
Okay, be careful because I'm a brutally honest man.
Oh, that's okay. You can be honest on here.
Okay.
The same Bev Dundee who has had her head shaved by Jerry Jarrett. I think I heard that on a Cornette show once.
That be the same Beverly Dundee. You know, Mr. Coffee was the man that shaved the head in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, and he shaved every member of my family's head in that ring at one time. Not at one time, but I mean, throughout his life. He shaved my dad, then my mom, then he shaved me, and then Bobby got his head shaved there. So everybody but my sister.
Yeah, I
got their head shaved.
I remember when your mother put her hair on the line, right?
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Jerry Jarrett said it took about 10 weeks. Because you know how hard it is to convince a chick to shave her head in front of a whole bunch of marks for the wrestling business in 1977? But this is what they said, Beverly. You've been in America for 5 years. If you shave your head, we will more or less buy you your first home, pay cash for it, and then the rest is up to you. And that's the great American dream, to own your own home in America. You know?
I actually heard that story. I didn't know if that was true or not. I've heard that before.
Yeah, very much true. Because when my mom came home, my dad got his head shaved the first week, and then the next week, when he comes home, the discussion at the breakfast table was awful awkward. I just said, what happened? What did y'all work? Where y'all been? What did y'all do? Because there was no cable TV. You didn't see Memphis, right? I didn't know that they were going to put my mom's hair on the line. All that. They don't tell you none of that. Not growing up in the rest of it. They kayfabed everybody.
So you would have been in Memphis most of the time growing up, or that area?
No, Hendersonville, Nashville.
But that territory, like...
Oh, yeah, that territory. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Honestly, I didn't even know there was other places to wrestle until I was 10, 12, 11, 12, 13 years old, really, because I didn't know there was no such other place,
So, yeah, we're about the same age, and I grew up watching. I'm from Seymour, where Rip is in Indiana.
And yeah, right. Yeah, I'm 53. So
watching Memphis growing up, I didn't really know until WWF started showing some of that, whatever that late night TV stuff was.
Yeah, well, I actually found out because my brother-in-law Bobby Eaton went to work somewhere else, and I was like, "Where's Donna and Bobby going?" And my mom was like, "They're going to work for Crockett." I'm like, "What's Crockett? Who the hell's Crockett? What are you talking about?" I didn't even know there was such another place to wrestle. Really.
That's wild. Ask a question, Rip. I gotta check. Somebody's talking about the sound in here. Bob, can you check your monitor? I think the hall from Jamie is because your speaker's on.
Okay, whatever that means. Anyway, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Tell us some stories about how many trips did you make with your dad where shit happened? Just I
think every trip I ever took, shit happened, but it was the wrestling business. But I mean, my whole life, I guess it's kind of hard to put in perspective. If everybody's doing it, it can't be wrong. So, I mean, my whole life, I just thought everybody drank beer and, I guess, honestly, just drank beer and fought. And, because when you're a kid, you think wrestling is a shoot. So, I'm punching kids in the face, putting them in sleepers and figure fours. And I'm not understanding why everybody's upset with me because I got an earring that my dad and Tommy Rich put there when I was 4. They get me drunk and put an earring in my ear, and I go to school and my family's all on TV, and I just thought it was the normal way of life every day. Some kind of some kind of, because we were kind of the rednecks. Our neighbors were, we lived in Hendersonville where the Jarretts lived, and our neighbors were Bobby Bear and Johnny Cash and the Oak Ridge Boy, William Lee Golden. And our pit bulls would get out and eat their $10,000 dogs, and we'd be in court. And it was, we were definitely the outsiders from the country music people and damned old wrestlers. But, hell, give my mama 10 grand in one night to shave her head. That's, we got the right to be where they were,
Yeah. I remember I'd be driving past that Hendersonville, the exit and everything.
Yeah.
And then whoever's in the car, I said, well, this is where all the wrestlers live.
Yeah, that is it. That was it.
I didn't know any other exits except that one.
Yeah, the Hendersonville, the Goodlettsville.
That was the famous one. I said, no.
Gallatin Road right into Hendersonville, man, past Conway, Twitty City, and you there where the wrestlers are.
Uh-huh.
I apologize for our technological difficulties here. Rip was in charge of technology today,
and I know nothing.
Well, I mean, listen, gentlemen, you did way better than the last time me and this guy tried this. We never did get it. It was like 4 hours later, and he done missed his time slot, and it was over. We still never got it to connect.
See, we're on fire, Rip.
Yeah, we are on
fire. Yeah, you're on fire.
Well, we got our both of our hats on backwards, so this. I think this is a first with both of us having the hats.
Do you want to hear? Do you know why? Do you know what that is really about? Hats on backwards. Do you know what that's about? The hood. It's because I'm PG-13. He's from the hood. And the hood of Hendersonville. It's really rough out there when you Johnny Cash and Conway Twitty get to playing guitars against each other. It can get brutal. But yes, sir.
How in the hell? When WWEF or whatever it was, where everybody was a big man territory, and you went in there and stole the motherfucking show, and I'm thinking, is
that what they call it?
I said, how in the hell did you get in there?
Listen, it's one of those that they call me. I didn't call them. I really don't know. Jimmy Cornette and Wolfie got together somewhere. I think it was when Cornette closed Smoky Mountain down and came to USWA and told me I was fired. And I'm like, you can't fire me. You don't even work for my company, dude. So, and then I think him and Wolfie got together at that time. And then next thing I know, they're like, come on, man, we're going to go rap for the WWF. And I'm like, rap? I'm not a rapper. but I mean... I'm a professional rapper due to the fact that I was paid to rap. So therefore, it makes me professional.
So you were the original John Cena.
Very much so. I mean, I don't know if anybody on this planet was alive, but PG-13 was a tag team that looked just like that dude with a spinner. And all I know is I had a hubcap and I went to jail and Wolfie went to OVW. And the next thing I know, the Prodigy has now got my gimmick on and just put a spinner on it. And that's all I know. And then I get out of jail and dude just dressed just like us. And I said, damn, what did y'all talk about while I was gone there, Wolfie? Wolfie became Slash and the Prodigy became us or me or whatever. But definitely, I just think he took that gimmick and upgraded it. And he does a fine job at it. I'll give him credit because he's the all-American boy. He truly is the superstar football player, the all-American hero, the Army veteran, the Marine, what. So more power to him. But I just honestly believe that he just added a little spinner to his gimmick, and there it is.
So you and Wolfie, did you guys have heat after that?
No, I mean, it's the wrestling business. I'm not really a rapper. Well, every time I get in my car, I put on some David Allen Coe and some Hank Williams Jr. and I'd smoke my pot and I'd chew my tobacco and ride on back to Nashville. But listen, as of right now, for the rest of eternity, I am Jerry Springer, worst guest ever. That is huge.
Hey,
that is huge. Yeah. But what I mean by that is I am an entertainer. You pay me, I will put on a dress, come to your house. I will spend the night with your kids and babysit. Whatever you need. I'm an entertainer, and that is what I do. And as long as they pay me, I can do anything. And obviously, I'm pretty good at it because the whole world has voted me. 687,000 views says I'm the worst guest on Jerry Springer, and that's the work. That's all. That's huge, man. That's huge.
Hey, can you still hear? Can you hear us right now?
I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
So, yep. So tell us more about the Springer thing, man. Fill us in on that. Anybody out there that hasn't?
Yeah, see, but check it out. See these shirts right here? Found. Worst guest ever on Jerry Springer, brother. Listen, man, 35,000 guests, 27 seasons, and 5,000 shows, and the world has spoken. I'm the worst guest ever. That's huge. That is so huge in the entertainment world we are from. But it started from the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik did one with Anthony Durrani, the pit bull. They did a thing on Springer, and they needed midgets. Oh, by the way, when speaking of midgets, Terry Golden told me to tell you he loves you, Rip.
Well, you know.
Okay, yeah, but I just need to throw it in there because I was talking about midgets. But anyway, back to my midget. The Iron Sheik gave them my phone number, and they called and they said, "Mr. Dundee, we need midgets." And I'm like, I got one. And they're like, no, we need 100. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know there was 100 midgets on the planet. I'm like, and so I went and found like 26 midgets. And so me and 26 midgets flew to Chicago. And that's how it all began to start. I was their finder.
So wait a second. Was that the episode of Springer you were on with a bunch of midgets?
I have done one. I did like 9 with them. The one that's voted I'm the worst guest ever. I'm a convict, and a convict states that as long as you got 10 years or up, you can hit anything on a yard with titties. And as long as you quit 24 hours before you get out, you're not gay. So Jerry said, "Mr. Dundee, did you quit 24 hours?" I said, "No, sir. I quit 48 just to make sure."
Oh, God.
He said, "We go to break on that one, man. That's great."
Is that clip on YouTube? See, I should have really been prepared.
Yeah. I even just type in for the rest of eternity. Just type in the words Jerry Springer's worst guest. That's all you need to say. There it is. You'll see me. That episode is priceless. My daughter called me.
Jerry Springer's not real.
Oh yeah, the story was real. Just the person playing it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what you call that. Right? Is that a work or not? I don't know because they said, "Dundee, come and play this part as this dude is a convict who just told us the story because we don't want to deal with that crazy bastard. So we just need to play." So the story's real. So I don't know what you call that. Is that a work or not? I don't know.
That's crazy.
I did a pimp my 14-year-old sister. I pimped her out in the streets for eggs and bacon and stuff because we're just some poor old rednecks and we got to eat. And then my dad come on one. My dad was on. And then I had another one where I was a head of a midget militia. I had 60 midgets that used to rob and rape, pillage, and do all that stuff and bring me the money and bow down. I would throw them down the hill, abuse them. And Jerry's like, "Sir, they are people." I'm like, "No, they're not. They're midgets."
So maybe I missed it. Did you say the Iron Sheik got you in those parts?
Yes, he gave him my number to find me because they needed 100 midgets to do a show called Invasion of the Little People, and the midgets came up from the floor and came out of the ceiling and busted through the walls, and so they needed 100. And so they asked the Sheik, "You guys, where we can get some midgets?" And they're like, "Yeah, Jamie Dundee's got a midget. Here's his number. Call him."
He said, Jerry Springer, you call Jamie, you call my friend Jamie Dundee.
You call Jamie.
He's a shooter.
If he don't answer, I'll break his back. If he don't answer, I'll break his back.
He's the man. He knows how to do it all.
He said, "Jamie, baby, shave the back and shoot his head, baby. I can't reach it."
Oh, my laps are too big.
Yeah.
You like to see the Sheik pose?
Hey, brother, listen.
3/4 back.
Yeah, I don't know many people that can do that gimmick, man. That is not a work. That is a real deal thing right there, man. For those that don't know, that Sheiky on them damn things that's a real deal. I couldn't even pick
one. Tell me about that room
up.
you're in right now.
This is my I Love Jamie room. I got like 4 of them in my house. It's just full of all my I Love Me shit. Oh, that's what I call that's what my kids and my wife and everybody call it. Because I mean, honestly, I'm my biggest fan. I fucking love me.
Well, somebody's got to be, right?
Right. Listen, when I make T-shirts, I don't sell them. I just keep them all.
You'll put yourself over. What the fuck, right?
Well, yeah, right. Right. I'm Bill's boy, and I'm Australian, so it's okay. I'm Australian.
Bobby Lopez said your matches against the Young Dragons were solid.
Yes, sir, and very well put as comedian. Come on, I added a little Tennessee into WCW with the little Kung Fu Louie and all that. But they were hell of a matches for real, and that guy knows what he's talking about. They were some damn good matches.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll share or something. So did you start out as a referee, or did you start out wrestling?
Well, my dad had a wrestling school, and so you know how that goes. Old veteran, you know. Hey, all right, there's 13 guys just signed up. All right, all y'all slam Jamie. Every one of y'all hip toss Jamie. Every one of y'all drop kick Jamie. And so before I knew it, I guess I kind of knew how to wrestle. You know, I was like, damn. And then of course went to Dallas, Texas as the heel manager, but ESPN started playing it, and it was in Memphis, so I was going to be the referee. I was going to do the same as everybody else, be the referee, and then try to save your dad or whatever, you know, and the big heel. You know, we had Sid Vicious break my neck when I was 17, you know, all that shit. So, so I guess
the timeline with you and Jeff Jarrett and Brian Christopher, were you all about the same?
Yeah, we're all right at the same. Like Jeff started like a few years older than me, and I'm like 1 year older than Brian. So you know, and Brian's dad really was like Brian was wrestling outlaws around Memphis, like his dad wasn't gonna know, but he's like, don't tell my dad when I see him and you know doing the outlaw shows. And I'm like your dad don't know you, but whatever, okay. You know, him and Tony Williams were doing it all over Memphis. But I mean, I can't remember a time in my life that they weren't really there or around. You know what I mean?
You can say fuck on here too. Go ahead, it's fine.
Fuck on here too. Go ahead.
Yeah. You remind me of Conor McGregor so much. It's so cool.
Hey, but that's a tough motherfucker, Conor McGregor, bro. That dude is the real deal. So I'm like, damn, brother can hold them hands. I'm a UFC fan. I love it, you know, because you know I challenged Ken Shamrock all messed up on Xanaxes and Valium and ecstasy in the dressing room, and he didn't want that.
We got another chat here. Did your dad enjoy the Sir William gimmick?
No, but he paid himself twice. Because he was an agent, so he just booked himself as a manager too. So he got 2 checks. He didn't give a shit what it was. The Jiminy Cricket gimmick, he didn't care. It was more about the pay myself twice. Smart, I guess.
You've done that before, right, Reb?
Well, when I was running developmental towns for Ole Anderson, right? So I was a promoter. Then I got I got my mileage. I got my per diem.
Yes, and then you wrestled too, right?
I would wrestle the first match.
Yes,
then
sir.
I would go back to the announcer's table. I would be the announcer and the timekeeper, and I'd get the jackets.
That's four paychecks right there. That's 4 people.
Then Ole said, make sure you take $300 off the top and stick it in your pocket. That's the going rate.
That's exactly.
I said, okay, yes, thank you very much.
And find yourself $50 for being late. So just take $250.
Didn't do that one, but holy, that was. Them were the good old days.
Yeah, the Dale Man. I don't know if y'all. Of course, you know Dale Man. You know Dale Man. Yeah, you did, George. Yeah, hell yeah, you did. That's funny. Hell yeah, you did. Everybody, the whole world did, bro. Dale Man was great, though, man. He would take you all over the planet, and if it drew money, he would give you some money. If he didn't, he would feed you. He would feed you.
2 girls, 2 midgets, 2 other matches, and a battle royal.
Every poster says 1 match, a midget match, a battle royal, a girls' title match, and we go to the house. And I literally saw Dale Man. I saw him pick up hitchhikers. And by the time we got to the town, he'd say, that's a big son of a bitch walking down the road. Turn the car, van around. Pick some big, huge dude up. Smart him up on the way to wherever we were going and make him the main event. Beat him, give him $40 and drop him off. I said, Dale, you're the best, bro. That's priceless.
Yeah, we'd work the North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yes, Montana. That's right. All of that. Sure
the
enough.
Montanas went Arizona. All that
Indian reservations. He started booking them Indian reservations. Smart as hell. Yeah. But the only thing was, you know, they don't like midgets. They think midgets are a curse. So they would be like, you can come, but you can't bring them things, man. Them, the midgets, they couldn't use the midgets much on them damn reservations because they honestly believe that it's the voodoo hoodoo, man.
So
They would have
sometimes
stoned them to death.
I'd be driving in the truck, right? And then let's just say
Are you
I
in the
would
heel
have
truck? No, you in the heel truck. I was in that baby faced van
oh, and
with
I would
Dale.
I'd have one of the girl wrestlers, the one that was slimmer, and have a slimmer hand. I would be driving, but her hand would sort of go down my pants, and there would be the little road warrior going, "Rip, he's going."
That's my boy. That's my midget. He say Jamie's my dad.
He's coming.
Yeah, he say he's coming. Yes, yes. I miss the midge. I miss the midge so much.
The little road warrior, baby.
We
Oh,
made him little
shit.
PG-13. We made him little
Oh,
midget
my
D. We
God.
made him Wolfie's son in the end. He said they buried him in his shorts when he died, man.
Oh my God, a little road
I
warrior.
love Danny. Danny Flowery. That's my boy.
That was so much fun.
And then Farmer John, the little road warrior. I mean the little hillbilly one.
Yeah,
Roger. I see Roger. Yeah, Roger Calvert. I talk to him a lot all the time.
He's in the chat sometimes.
Yeah, Roger's in
He
here.
watches the show.
Oh yeah, that's my dog, man.
I saw Dale Mann get a blowjob in the parking lot at Seymour High School.
That
After
is
ring
priceless
setup.
because that thing, Dale Mann, listen, he had like 37 wives,
I was gonna say
44 children, 97 grandchildren, and 72 great grandchildren. I ain't
What
kidding,
was
brother.
the
Brother
average?
used
What
it.
was the average wife's age when he first married him?
16 to 20. That ain't no shit. He got older and they got younger.
Yeah, he was
That
over with
ain't
me.
Kentucky. I don't know. I don't know if that's a Kentucky thing, but I thought in the 80s and 90s, if you were 77 and you married a 16-and-a-half-year-old, that was kind of wrong. But they didn't see it like that up there in them hollers, man.
Oh God.
And I don't think Dale ever I made a road trip with Dale without him banging somebody just right down the road like that in the van. All the way everywhere you going. Damn, Dale's knocking one off again. He was truly a coxman, as they would say.
Those were some good times, baby.
Man,
Super chat line is open. Anybody got any questions? The super chat line's open for Jamie Dundee here today.
I got a question.
What's your question?
My question is, I'm going to go see my dad next week. Next weekend, I'm going to go see my dad for Christmas, but I'll tell you a good story. It's not a little good. Anyway, my dad has had the hiccups for 9 years straight. Can you believe that shit? That is no shit. For 9, it stays 14 days, then it goes away 14 days. They don't know. They can't figure it out. He's been to Vanderbilt. He's been to Memphis. He's been to Louisville. He's been to everywhere to see. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can say why he had the hiccup for 2 weeks. And then it goes away for 2 weeks. And then it comes right back for 2 weeks. And during the hiccups, sometimes you stop breathing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you hiccup, but because he does it so much, it literally takes his breath. And he's fell out 2 or 3 times. But I knew he was in great hands with Donna, his wife or girlfriend or whatever you want to call her. When she told me that the first time he fell out, because he's had this hiccup for 9 years, so about 8 years ago, so 8.5, he fell out and he went down. And she said, I panicked. She said, I was worried, so I jumped on top and I went 1, 2, said it. He threw the shoulder up.
Oh.
She said, I knew. And I said, right at that moment, I said, my dad could not be with nobody better than you. I said, that is fucking priceless. She said, I swear, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I just jumped on top, went 1, 2, and by God, he kicked out. That was 9 years ago. I said, that is great. That shit is great. She said, I didn't know what to do. I was panicked. He quit breathing. He fell on the floor. But he kicked out, bro. 9 years later, we still here.
I thought you were joking. So that's a real story.
No, that's a shoot. That's what she did. She said, I didn't know what else to do. So I just jumped on top with 1, 2, and he throwed his arm. He kicked out, man. That shit, they've been fine for 9 years. But every 2 weeks, can you imagine the fucking hiccup for 9 years straight? I can't either. I wouldn't do it. I can't hiccup for 9 years. That'd be fucking ripping.
We got a listener, Frank's Pickle Barrel ass. He always talks sex questions more than wrestling questions.
Frank's Pickle Bear ass.
Yeah, Barrel. Yeah.
He needs to like sell pickles and name them that or something. That's fucking right.
Said the state you love for chubby girl loving. What state had the best chubby girls?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow.
I think.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, and I love you. You need to patent your whisker biscuit pickles or whatever they are. What's his name?
Frank's pickle barrel ass.
Pickle barrel ass. I like it.
Shane Parks wants to know, what do you think of your time with the Nation of Domination?
Yeah, I thought that my mother was gonna have to just like die because she's like, "Oh my God, you're going to the bloody WWF and you're throwing Black Power signs and someone's gonna hurt you." And she's a little Australian woman. She was like terrified. And then she said, "Listen, please don't go up north and start populating the pollution because I got like a bunch of kids in the south." She's like, "Please don't go start populating the north." She said, "We can't afford it, love."
How did that come about? Whose idea was that?
The having all the kids or the Nation of Domination?
The Nation of Domination.
Oh, I don't know. That's the Jim Cornette time when him and Wolfie was just like, I don't know, riding around smoking dope with Randy Hales in the Lincoln, and then all of a sudden we're Black Power rappers. I'm like, hell yeah, gangster, baby. But they wanted, because they wanted it to not be a racist thing at first. That's why they had a Mexican, a black guy, a white guy, and a Chicano, and a midget, and, one-legged transvestite to join the Klan. Yeah, we had everything in it. And Owen Hart. Owen just all of a sudden was in the Nation. Why is Owen in the Nation? Everybody's like, I don't know. Just leave him, let him go. He just go to the ring with us.
That's funny. Thanks, Shane. Hey, is Randy Hales? Is he still around? What's he doing?
He is. We just did matter of fact, we just did me and Wolfie were inducted in the Memphis Hall of Fame last month, and Randy Hales was there, and Terry Golden was there. Terry Golden said he loves you, Rip. So I heard it again. The promoter of KAW, Kick Ass Wrestling. Yeah, we just did. It was good, man. It was Tommy Rich and my dad and me and Doug Gilbert and Lawler and Kevin Lawler and it was Bruno and it was the old family Spellbinder and it was good to see everybody, man.
Hey, what a survivor, downtown Bruno, huh?
Brother, let me tell you something.
What a gimmick.
And listen, it wasn't a gimmick. That was Bruno. He was a little dirty redneck. I don't know. He was a redneck from Pittsburgh. If that's even possible, I don't know. But little dirty, buy his clothes at the damn Goodwill, flip his underwear inside out, little grubby man. But by God, he's still around, and he was my very first match too, man. That's awesome.
Oh wow, I was living in Kansas City, and I was the booker there. He calls me out of the blue.
Yes.
So I said.
Drunk? Was he drunk when he called?
Well, he calls me. And I never talked to him in his life. As soon as I heard his voice, I said, Bruno. He goes, yeah. I said, you must have got fired and you need a job so you can come to Kansas City until you get another one. Come on in. And
that's right. Yes, sir. Why not? What do you got to lose?
He was awesome.
Yeah, Bruno's great, man. He's definitely a pioneer of the wrestling game, man. He's definitely been through a lot.
He walked in. I said, Bruno, you're queer, ain't you? He goes,
he didn't know. He didn't know.
he just looked at me and he wouldn't answer me, right? I said, God damn.
That's how he got a job for Vince McMahon. He'd just get drunk and call the office, call Connecticut all the time. Just get drunk. It's Bruno. Let me boo. One day they put it in food, bro, and there it is.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he annoyed them so much that they said, fuck it, bring him right to hell. What we got to lose? And he did very well for himself. Did you see The Rock bought him a brand new truck last year?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, on the Young Rock, because, Bruno let Dewey come stay at his house and gave him a couple $100 to buy a jumper, and he never forgot that. That's some real deal. That's awesome, man. That's cool as hell. I love it. I said, Bruno, did you get him to sign the dashboard and shit? He's the most famous man on the planet, bro.
Rip, maybe you'll get one here before long.
Rip, I don't know. Rip was, I think Rip beat him first weekend.
I'll just crash it anyway. What the hell, right?
Yeah, right.
The Rock asked for Rip's autograph, and Rip told him to fuck off.
Yeah, that sucks, because now he's like the most important person on the planet.
Well, he
gets
ribbing me, right?
$15 million to wake up.
He was ribbing me. So I was with his dad, right?
Right, yeah. Rocky, just passed away not too long ago, and him and Bill were a hell of a little team down here in the South at one time.
God, I'm just old.
No, yeah, I say that every day. I say, listen, man. Somebody said, Dundee, why don't you run legend shows? I said, what are we gonna do? Dig them up? I said, but only 9 people I remember alive. Nobody's alive no more. You can't call. I bet you go through your Rolodex and every fucking. There's only one in every five that you could actually call. I go, damn. I go, God, man, really? It wasn't.
And you know they ain't got the same number anyway now, so what the hell, right?
No, that's true.
You have to
My
go to
mom
different
did. My
territories,
mom
you
had
have
the
to
same
change your
number
number.
too. She died. My numbers change all the time because going in and out of towns and states. I'm so glad we didn't have internet in our day, bro. We'd have been in so much fucking trouble. Oh my God, the fuck. Any of us, it would be. We couldn't have functioned. It would not have worked.
You think you would have
Right? I
recorded
mean, we could
everything?
leave the house. We were gone. We just left the house on Sunday. We came back about Thursday, and our wives were happy to see us.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
When's the last time you wrestled?
Oh fuck, 5 years ago, I think. Just what year is it? 2018, 19 or something. I think I did one match not too long ago with Wolfie and Jeff and my dad about 2 or 3 years. I brought 2 left shoes and I said, I'm not doing this. I blowed up just climbing through the ropes, and I said, I'm going fucking home. I don't care if they pay me. I'm leaving. I'm not doing this. I'm stuck. I took one bump and like they killed me, man. Felt like I broke my ribs. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, I ain't going the fuck home. I'm done.
That's awesome. You think you wrestled your dad or wrestled with your dad, like tag with him? Which do you think you did more?
Live tagged with him more. Because
Yeah.
how many times do the people, because they already know he can beat me up. So I mean, so how many times they gonna watch? They know, but they don't want to see him beat me up. They want to see me and him beat somebody up, or vice versa.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, I wrestled him, I think maybe twice or 3 times.
Okay.
Like I actually booked, in a kind of an angle thing. That's why they put like Wolfie with him. Wolfie and Bill had their own little angle, and then me and Wolfie would be in a tag against Bill and somebody. Me and Bill wouldn't even get in the ring because they heat with them.
Now, did you and Wolfie grow up together? I don't know the past.
No. He was a kid that grew up in Nashville, so he'd go to the fairgrounds on the way. And Wolfie's stepdad, he's a big man. His name was Pete. They called him the Giant Scorpion. He was like 6'7", 6. He was a big man, and so him and a guy named Rick Reynolds kind of trained Wolfie to wrestle. But Wolfie is funny. He said he used to hate me. He used to come to the Nashville Fairgrounds, and he'd say, I hate that guy right there. Walk around there like all cocky and shit. But, I started managing in '88 with Steve Austin, and we did the Angle I Turn on My Dad deal, of course. And Wolfie used to come and watch that, and then Chris Champion was the one that actually said, "You and Wolfie ought to do that rap gimmick together." So we did. We picked up the hubcap, and here we are.
Rest was history.
Well, I guess they say. I said to Wolfie, when we go to this mansion to see Jerry Jarrett, I said, if we can get him to smile, he'll give us a job. I said, if he don't smile, we ain't get no job. So we went up there, and we put all that shit on. He was looking at us. And we put that hubcap around our neck. And he said, what is that? He smiled, and I told Wolfie, we got jobs. Hell yeah, we got jobs. Because Jeff Jarrett said, y'all need to go show my dad this gimmick, man. It's pretty cool. He'll like it. And then, of course, us being young, we want to go to work. He said, 4 weeks. We start in 4 weeks. We're going to make 4 rap videos, and we're going to play them for 4 weeks. So by the time you get there, people are going to be happy to see you. And, we're young. We're like, I want to wrestle now, man. But, of course, he was right because he was always right. And 4 weeks later, here we came.
That's awesome. Here's Frank Pickle Barrel Ass with another sex question.
I like old Pickle Barrel Ass. He come to my house, drink a beer if he won't.
What's better, doggy style or Wolfie style?
Definitely Wolfie style, bro. Because, for those that don't know, brother packing some heat. So definitely Wolfie style, man. But don't follow him. You go first.
Give us a question, Rip.
Where's Pickle Barrel? He got good questions.
He'll come back in a minute. Hey, we got somebody in the chat named Manny the Weasel Valverde. He claims to be the best poker player ever. And you were talking to us, before the show, when we were trying to get this all figured out. Said you like to play poker.
I am a pokerologist.
Talk some shit to
Talk
Manny
some
the
shit to
Weasel
Manny the
Valverde.
Weasel
Tell him
Valverde.
how rotten he is at poker for us.
Well, I don't know that because I can't tell him he's rotten because I've never seen him play poker. But see, poker's kind of like anything. If you show what you got to begin with, you're not going to do good at it. So unless he knows how to go in there and, I guess the word would be entertain, maybe. Because listen, I've been in 17 poker tournaments in my life in the last few years, and I've won 15 of them. And that's no bullshit. You can look it up. You can call Bally's in Evansville, Indiana. I won the first 5. I got first place in the first 5, 300 to 800 people. Every time I play this game, it's poker's not about what. No, I'm not gonna let you see nothing else. What I got, when I play poker, it's what I got is gonna beat what you're never gonna see another card, or it's gonna cost you everything you got. I'm a real poker player. I'm all or none. Every time, I'm all or none. Balls to the wall, baby.
So with that, do you ever play online then? I mean, it's kind of hard to do
Yeah,
that
but
way
here's the thing:
right?
online sucks because you two right there can get a fucking on the telephone and talk to each other. 9 people can talk to each other and go to one table and just rob some dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a real poker table, and me and you, us 3 can call each other on our cell phones and say, okay, sign in on this chat room, on this fucking poker table, on this table, and then just tell each other what we got and just rape them people. So no, I don't like to gamble online at all. I'm gonna look a motherfucker in the eye. But that's my second job. I love it. My wife kind of gets upset, but that's how women, they got bitch about something.
Who else did you partner with besides Wolfie?
My very first partner when I was for Dale Man was a kid named Ronnie Leach, who I went to school with and stuff. But he called himself Ronnie Travis, as Billy Travis's little brother.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were the rock and roll dream team, baby. I loved Ricky and Robert growing up, so we were the rock and roll dream team, and we worked for Dale Man and all that. And then then I went to USWA with my dad as the manager, and Ronnie did his thing, and I met Wolfie, and here we are.
Was that tough being with your dad, or was that easier being with your dad? What do you thought? Either?
Nah, it sucked. My dad was a prick. You can pass Rip. My dad was a fucking prick, man. I mean, I love my dad. He got to me, but he was an asshole, bro. He was an egotistical fucking prick. But I guess, it's 1980s, 80 something, and Lawler and Dundee would have shit, and they would let you know it. And so, I don't know, But I mean, my dad was. But I mean, like I said, I was 14, 15 years old when I, quit school, went on the road, started hanging out with my dad. Like, I'll never forget. This is how I got a job in the wrestling business. I was 15 years old. We were cutting the grass. My dad was a booker for Ron Fuller Ron Fuller in Knoxville, and he said, Ron Fuller wants me to switch here because Bill I was going on the road like selling gimmicks. He would give me like 10 or 15%, and that's I'd ride with him. And so he didn't go by himself, and we went to Knoxville territory where we lived in Nashville, so he had to drive a long way. So we were cutting the grass, and he said, Ron Fuller wants me to switch here. And he said, you want to be my man? And I go, man, I don't know. And he goes, listen, son, there's more money, more fame, and more pussy than you can poke a stick at. I said, so do you want to do it? I said, yep, let me go get my stick. I'm in on this, bro. So, and fucking there it was, man. I was like, hell yeah. So, and being Bill Dundee already being established, when I showed up, all the good girls, the ring rats or whatever you want to call them of the day, they all knew Bill for 10 years, and they're like, Bill's boy. So I was like, yay.
Right.
I think old Pickle Butt there, he'd love to have been with me on that during that run.
Frank's Pickle Butt, I love that. I do have a little story on your dad. So me and my dad used to.
That's a pun, no pun intended, Bill. Little story.
No. We used to go to a bunch of shows and help Rip do shows in Seymour at the Armory and the high school and stuff.
Seymour, Indiana. I've wrestled there a bunch of times. That's where my friend the Flying Angel was from, if I'm not mistaken. Man. He worked at the Peoly Beach ski lodge and stuff, and he wrestled there at Seymour, Indiana, I believe where he was from too. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, we had a gimmick. My dad had a gimmick table set up, and your dad was on the card, and my dad was selling pictures of your dad.
Oh, that didn't go well. That didn't go well at all.
Your dad was not happy.
No, he was not happy about that. Many times in my life, I had, well, not many times, three times in my life, I had witnessed that where the promoter dude or whatever that booked him would have his own gimmick table with the pictures of because my dad would be selling pictures and they'd come and he'd go, where the fuck are you getting these pictures? They'd say, because it was like two of them, like some of them were better than the ones he had. He's like, yeah, there's good pictures right here. Where the hell are you getting these fucking that guy over there selling them for $3 and Bill's is selling them for $5. And Bill's like, bullshit, you already fucking shoot them off the table for show, make a scene, you know.
Yeah, so Bill went and talked to my dad, and then we
got I guarantee
because we were selling really for Rip too. I think I don't know, I can't remember. Rip came over. It's like, shit, Bill.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's
though.
Like, get rid of the pictures, King.
Yeah,
Bill, it's fine.
Give them to him. Yeah, fuck. But you know, Wolfie and my dad got into a knife fight over a fucking picture. You know that picture shit was serious to my old man. You know, I don't know because I wasn't there. You know, we just very rarely. But in Arkansas, they ran two towns on the same night on Friday night. You know, before TV Saturday morning. So Wolfie and my dad was in one, and like me and Doug Gilbert and Tommy Rich was in the other. You know what I mean? And so it was that kind of deal. The picture was my dad standing in between me and Wolfie, you know, with his arm around us. You know what I mean? In the ring, and somebody had took it, and so he was printing them off the cell, and they were both kind of right in there. Wolfie said, "Hey man, you're gonna give me $1 off every one of them pictures you sell." And it was the way I guess he went about it. But Bill said, "Okay, but you're gonna give me 25% of what they cost, because if you split it 3 ways, Jamie, Bill, Wolfie, it's 33% a piece." So Bill said, "I paid $300 for them 100 pictures. You give me $100, and I'll be more than happy to give you your cut out of this fucking picture when I sell it." Wolfie's like, "No, I ain't paying you nothing. You just gonna give me $2." Bill's like, "Yeah, that's gonna work." And so you know that fucking them old veterans and their dollars, and it didn't go well. So Wolfie stood up or something drinking, and Bill said, "I'll fucking cut your guts out." And Doug Gilbert said, "No, please don't, Bill. I got to take him home with me."
Wow.
Then the next morning on TV, they gave my dad a hiatus or whatever. Told him he needed, we can't accept that. I think Jimmy Cornette fucking came there, was going to change the rules or something. Nobody fucking listened there. Yeah, okay, that'll work. See you, buddy.
That's always a hot topic. What's your relationship with Cornette?
Corny's corny, man. Corny happened to be the manager of one of the greatest fucking wrestlers, if not the greatest wrestler on the planet. My brother-in-law, Bobby, Cornette honestly, could have been anybody. But Cornette knows this business. Cornette's been around this business. Cornette has, definitely earned his spot in this business for sure. But he used to make my presents when I was 6, 7, 8 years old. I remember at Christmas, Donna and Bobby had to come over. Cornette would come over. And because, in the wrestling world, we wrestled every Thanksgiving and every Christmas day, So all our shit was done 4 or 5 days before the actual day. Because, we had to work. We had to perform on them days.
Yeah. Tell me some Bobby Eaton stories, Rip.
Oh, man. Bobby's the greatest, ain't he, Rip? He's great. That's the fucking... There's not one person on the planet could ever say nothing bad about Bobby Eaton, I don't think. Nobody.
No,
not one.
I've never heard anything negative about Bobby.
Ever. In 40 years. He wrestled for 40 years, and there's not one person out there that has a negative. That's fucking pretty impressive,
Now, I would rib him because he'd come in.
So kind.
When we was working for Nick Goulas, he busted my eardrum. And I still can make it pop on its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so every time he called me Disco. He go, Disky, how you doing? I said, well, Bobby, I was doing pretty good, and I started thinking about my left eardrum. He hated me when I was working for Nick Goulas. He goes, I'm so, and he's everywhere. He looked me right in the eye. He said, I'm so sorry about that.
I'm sorry,
I said, Bobby,
damn.
I'm just fucking with you. Just ribbing.
He'd say, damn. I love those. But the world lost something when they lost Bobby Eaton, bro. For real, the world lost something, man. It's terrible. I just love the dude so much.
God, I remember when Bobby was given he was tag partners with George Goulas, right?
Yeah, the Jet Set, baby. There they are.
And then Bobby was going to go to Atlanta, and then the night before, his car got broken into, and all this stuff was gone.
It's stolen. Sure enough, the HMS Alabama, that car was called. Her
And all of a
Majesty
sudden,
shit.
all of a sudden, he had to stay and be George's partner again.
Yeah. And Orville Hutto and him
Arvell
were
Hutto.
the Brown Bombers, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
The greatest card in many, many months. The rough, tough team of Tojo Yamamoto, Gypsy.
Johnny
Don't worry,
Sanders.
Las Vegas Louie, he'll be there too.
Yeah, like that, man. But great.
I'd like to pay you what you're worth, but
You
gotta
know,
pay
but I mean,
something.
and I tell you what, now let this he told Bobby Full Tommy Rogers, remember over here, Nick said, y'all go get some suits made, some outfits made, and then when the check came, they owed him $15. He
Yeah.
said, yeah,
He
they
always do it.
they said, well, they didn't tell us we were going to pay for the fucking things. We just went and got some jackets made.
Oh, God.
Yeah, old Nick. He said them when boys on them marijuana cigarettes.
Yeah, marijuana
Them no
cigarettes.
marijuana
That's
pills,
right.
yeah, marijuana pills. He said them boys on them marijuana pills.
God.
So we can't have that.
Rip likes smoking marijuana.
Yeah, maybe back in the day. But marijuana's legal now. It's not fun.
Not in Indiana, it's not legal.
Nah, yeah, it is. You go right there. Listen, I live in Seabury, Kentucky, and I run right through Evansville, and I go to Graysville, Illinois, right there, and buy all the greatest bud you want in the world, man. And it's beautiful. And they tax your ass because you don't have an Illinois ID, but it don't matter. It's worth it.
So how far are you from Evansville?
25, 24 miles.
Right.
I'm Seabury. I'm right by Madisonville. You know where Madisonville is?
It's where my
That's
wife's from. She's
halfway from
Evansville.
Evansville to Hopkinsville.
Yeah.
I'm about 20 minutes from Owensboro. My actual Seabury to Owensboro, about 25 miles.
Yeah, my wife's mom was from Evansville, so she always went to all the loop. So she went to all the Evansville shows. She's got photo album after photo album of her and everybody from back in the day. Your dad.
Speaking of that, that's really cool. You said something like that. Rip, do you remember Miss Delphia in Louisville, Kentucky?
Oh,
Delphia,
yeah.
Rich and Dollar? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Delphia, she passed away.
Shows.
Yeah, you're right, exactly right. She passed away about 5 years ago, I think, maybe 7, 8, maybe 7. But anyway, I used to say to Miss Delphia, every time I ever see Miss Delphia, I say, Miss Delphia, when you die, what are you going to do with all that wrestling shit? I say, you will it to Jamie Dundee. Well, let me tell you something, bro. When she passed away, that's exactly what she did, man. Somebody knocks on my door, and I go to the door, and she has every single thing, every program, every ticket stub, and every newspaper. Because, they put it in the newspapers back then. You know what I mean? In the sports section, they put the outcome of the wrestling. They did it in Memphis and Louisville and in the big towns. She had every single program with the inserts and the ticket and the newspaper clipping and the ticket stub on the program and the autographs in these programs. From where she would, everybody would just sign it because they respected Miss Delphia, and everybody's just starting that. She had every single one of them in order from 1975, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, 82, 83, and she willed that to me, bro. And it was unbelievable. I got to go through my whole childhood because they were perfect in order with the inserts, man, and read every card. And back then, Lawler used to draw. You know what I mean? He would draw. He would make the boxes and write, who's working with who, and draw the cards. And she willed that to me, man, and left that to me, bro. And I've been going through it for years. But I sold it to a guy named Jeff Osborne. Jeff Osborne in Evansville. Y'all do around there, but he owns like the video game movie stores, like things. You know what the hell they call, like the comic book store, like Comic-Con. He runs all them kind of Comic-Con things. And he just did a thing for my dad and Lawler back in May. It was a Lifetime Achievement Award thing, and brought my dad and Lawler, made these videos of them, and brought these belts, and it was really badass. But I sold them to him because he owns this store and he buys and wheels and deals in that, bro. And I got a really nice payday, got a really nice Christmas for my family. But Miss Delphia wheeled that stuff to me, and I ended up with 2 sets of it. Because the woman that sat next to Miss Delphia, she did the same thing, but Miss Delphia, I guess, ended up with him when they quit going to wrestling or whatever. And sure enough, man, I ended up with both of them. I brought them to a lot of shows, Jeff Jarrett and my dad and Doug Gilbert and all that, because from 75 to 82, bro, that's the prime of Memphis wrestling. It was you can watch the teams go from the first match, like Ricky Morton and Robert, first and second match, and then you see 3 years later where the Rock and Roll Express was formed, and Steven Stan and the fucking Fabs were made. And it was really cool, man, to see that shit in perfect. It was unreal, man. It was really cool, man.
That is awesome. Yeah, some of the pictures she had of Ricky were way young, in his young days when
Yeah,
I think he
because I
had
mean,
trunks
his
on.
dad being Paul Morton, the referee.
Yeah.
So Ricky was he started out like me, just young and just whatever. Because I guess he was what 18, 17 when he started out. Same as Jeff. I guess hell, same as all of us. What else we gonna do? Fuck, our dad's a wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul Morton, well, he was bald eagle, wasn't he?
That yes, he was, and he
Yeah,
could make a train sound, brother, with the microphone. He would get
that's
on that
right.
damn CB, man, and he could make a train go across that CB. The brother truckers would be looking, thinking fucking trains are fixing to run them over. Really, it was unreal. And I hit that old man there. He would let me ride with him from Memphis to Nashville, and I bet I'd tell him at least 500 times, "Do the train, Baldy. Do the train, Baldy." And he would do it. He had the whole trip, bro. He would make that train whistle all the way to Nashville.
That's awesome. So, where was your favorite place to be? Do you have a favorite place?
Yes, 2024 at home. This is my favorite place. But you mean my favorite place in wrestling? I guess.
Yeah, like the word,
Yeah.
like
Well,
territory.
Nashville was your home, was my home. So I felt like that was, my town. But Louisville was the most fun, the most. Louisville, yeah, I think Louisville, Nashville, but anywhere that they would tell me I was great. I loved it.
I love going to the gardens. Rip
The
would
Gardens
never
rock,
put over
man.
gardens. We're
When the
Memphis,
Rock and
yes.
Roll Express put me and Wolfie over on that Louisville Legends show in '95, and they passed that torch, and I got to me and Wolfie went over, and brother, in the Gardens, it was rocking, brother. It was awesome. It's one of my favorite matches of my career ever.
Now you don't have to do this, but we
Okay,
got some people that came in late, and a lot of
okay.
people have been asking about this
As
Springer
long as
show
if you
again.
show up late, it's better to be late than not at all, right?
They want to know more about the Springer show. We're getting a lot of
Okay.
Springer show. I don't know if you want to do that rundown one more time
Sure.
before we get off here.
But listen, the best way, I guess, to put it would just be say Google Jerry Springer's worst guest ever, and I've been reading the comments. There's like 16,000 comments. I'm gonna get them all put on a blanket. I'm gonna get a blanket made because that to me is priceless. Like some people would think, why would you be happy to be Jerry Springer's worst guest? Because look at work. I'm working, and I'm so good that the world has been fooled and convinced that because I should have known. My daughter was 11 years old, and the phone rings, and I get it's about that show, and she's like this. It was in 2005 I made that show. She said, Daddy, and I said, "What's wrong, Jason DeCare? Are you all right, baby?" She said, "You're gay." And I go, "What?" I go, "You got like 6 brothers and sisters in 5 states. And, I'm a lot of things, my baby girl, but I ain't fucking gay. Where did you have to find this out?" She said, Jerry Springer, you said you gonna sleep with that man. Oh no, I wasn't ever thinking. So listen, I was thinking, how do I tell my 11-year-old daughter? So I said, at that time she loved Dean Cain, who played Superman on Smallville, right? So I thought, how the fuck am I gonna fix this? So I go, Jason Carey, I said, calm down, baby. I said, listen. I said, Dean Cain, Superman. She goes, yeah. I go, he can't fly. She goes, what? I go, Dean Cain, Superman, he can't fly. She goes, no, he can't fly. I said, right. He either can't fly, he's not really Superman, and Daddy's not really a convict and sleeping with dudes. It's just something that I just threw out there. And I said, and plus, as long as you quit 48 hours when you get out, you ain't quit. But I mean, I knew that show was kind of convincing, but I knew, you never think of it. But I just figured my kids would know all these. They see me on Springer 9 times and shit. They know I'm not pimping 14-year-old girls. They know I don't own a midget militia, and I'm not in the Klan and all that, but some whatever. They like my redneck voice up here in Chicago. Like, your voice can do anything, like racial kind of stuff. I'm like, okay.
Did you ever do any other acting or anything?
Yeah, I did some extra work in the Last Castle with James Gandolfini and Robert Redford and Tracy Smothers. Me and Tracy Smothers went and did it. We looked like cellmates. Every scene, we're in the same scene together. I said, Tracy, just put your finger in my belt loop, bro, because it's a prison movie. Put your finger in my belt loop. Me and Smothers went and did 90 days at the penitentiary in Nashville called The Wall. And so they had that movie coming there, and they were casting for extras. And so some others like, Dundee, give me a picture of your tattoos, because they were putting in the national newspaper. We need people with tattoos. So I said, hell yeah, I'm the one. So I get my whole chest and tatted out and shit. So the first day I get there, baby, they put me right up on the fence with Robert. It's a good scene, man. I got a lot of big scenes in that movie, actually.
That's awesome.
But, yeah,
I gotta ask you about a Rip.
Sure.
I know you guys probably weren't together too much, but any Rip
Well,
stories or memories
we
of Rip?
worked together
a
lot of times around that Dale Man time, didn't we? With Peter R. Miller and Joe Cagle.
Oh
and
my
Rip.
God!
He said, Peter R. Miller, say, Jamie Dundee, how's your father?
Oh God!
That's a blast from the past, ain't it, man?
Joe Cagle,
Joe Cagle and
Peter
fucking,
R. Miller.
Peter R.
He
Miller,
died,
baby. Yeah,
Peter
he
died
did.
about
He
what,
passed away.
2 years ago or something?
Yeah, Cagle's still kicking, I think, but definitely, Peter R. Miller, Jamie Dundee, how's your father?
Peter Raymond Miller.
Yeah,
Raymond.
but he would always say Peter R. Miller. Peter R. Miller.
Oh
Yeah,
my
just
God.
call the fucking R. Okay.
Hey, I took him down to Atlanta TV and I had him meet me on the highway. I mean,
as the mom fucking in with you with the gimmick,
he was sitting whatever. He said, "Pick me up at this exit." So I
Yeah,
said,
he had to
"Okay,
pick you up at the
I'll
exit,
pick you."
yeah.
So there he was, like that.
Yeah. Got the fucking bald head with the gimmick on. Yeah, I love it. Did he do drugs? I used to tell the wolf, I used to say, he's got to do drugs, man. He's a different individual, but I like him. I like the shit out of Peter R. Miller.
He'd put the gimmick eyes in.
Yeah, everywhere, all the time, yes.
Oh, Peter R. Miller.
Peter R. Miller, the voice wasn't supposed to come out of the way that gimmick looks. You know what I mean? That gimmick was not supposed to be Peter R. Miller, like the fucking Stooges or something. Yeah.
Holy moly. I forgot about Peter R. Miller.
And Joe Cagle, baby. You saw one, you saw the other.
Yeah,
I'd say, where's Cagle? He's in the car. That was in Madison, running around there in Madison area with Billy Travis and all them. That's where I would always run into. Remember that bar that big black guy Peaches used to work the door at? It was like underneath the bowling alley bar.
How many times Billy Travis potatoed you?
Man, listen, Billy Travis was, you just couldn't help but love Billy Travis. But he was a lying, thieving, but you just couldn't help but like Billy. You know, fuck, here comes Billy. He's going to steal something from me. But by God, come on, Billy. I mean, you got to help love Billy, man.
When you had the story when Frank was driving and Billy was giving himself the wank in the back.
The fucking Rocky gimmick, yeah.
Come on his head. That's when
Frank said, fucking Billy was a
damn Billy, and that was it. He didn't put it over anymore.
Don't sell it no more. And 3 times in my life, I would be driving down the interstate from Nashville to Memphis, and I'd see a little yellow fucking car, and it'd have one wrestling boot on top. And you'd say, well, there's Billy Travis out of gas. Pull over. He'd say, I knew Jamie Dundee. He thought he could sing like Boys to Men. He would always say, listen, Boys to Men. I said, Billy, you are the shit, man. Just hush. I loved Billy, though. Billy was Gary Mize. He was a Dale Man prodigy, matter of fact.
Holy shit. You got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, let me see. Back in my day, Madonna, Britney Spears, I want to plug all them, but but I mean now it ain't much to plug. Let's see. I'm a grandpa, I'm fucking old, and I'm fat, but honestly, I do want to just mention this, man. My son passed away last year of a fentanyl overdose in February, and do you know that fentanyl kills every 11 seconds? It kills somebody in the United States of America. And I don't understand what the fucking this drug is. At least the shit we did wasn't going to kill you. Couldn't snort enough cocaine to die, or Billy Travis would have died 30 years earlier. But I mean, this fentanyl, brother, it is killing enough people to fill up a 747 jumbo jet every fucking day. Can you imagine if every day if a 747 jumbo jet fell out of the sky, what kind of press that would get? As my friend Jelly Roll said, but because it's just fentanyl killing the fucking whatever you want to call it, the drug addicts or the underprivileged or whatever the fuck society thinks it is. I myself have a very bad problem with this fentanyl shit, man. And then if it's just one motherfucker watching this that just learns, come on, man, go do some coke, smoke a joint, do something, man. Not fentanyl, bro. It's a 50-50 shot. every time you ever touch it, whether you die or not, man. I mean, it's killing a whole generation. My friend Mayor McCall, his son just passed away 3 days ago of a fentanyl overdose, man. It's fucking tragedy, bro. It's a shame. And it's not getting talked about, and it's not getting mentioned. And to me, of course, Jamie Dundee, the wild, hell-raising drug addict dude that did anything he wanted in this world. I'm just saying, if one person watching this just doesn't touch fentanyl one time, it's worth speaking about, man, because it's fucking wiping out a whole generation, bro, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, brother, and enough people to kill a 742. Just think about that every single day. If a jumbo jet fell out of the sky full of people, how much it would be talked about, man. And just because it's whatever society wants to call it, it's not mentioned. I mean, nowhere does anybody, I don't see no commercials on it. I don't see shit about it. And when I get my little 2 cents in there somewhere, I like to at least say, come on, man, this fentanyl is wiping us out, bro. Let's do something else, man. Let's change the scene. Let's get rid of fentanyl, right?
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's very well said.
Man. Though, yeah, but I mean, we all got to take our turn in that. It's just how we go, man. It's just a fucking shame, man. If you kill 35 years old and leave all these beautiful little youngins behind, it's just a bad thing, man. And if somebody, just one person, don't do fentanyl,
Thank you.
Now, I don't want to end it on such a bad note, but I just have to put that out there when I get a chance. So now let's pick it back up. Let's go back to Dale Man days.
Or anything else you want to plug besides?
Yeah. These days, definitely I don't know, just my wife. I'll leave it at that. I'll end it on a good note like that. Just my beautiful wife. But actually, it's not, my wife is my world. Without her, I don't even think I'd be on this planet. And I just want to tell her thank you and I love you.
Cool. We got people in the chat saying you ought to have a podcast. You had a podcast.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I do good to fucking make this hour right here, because I walk around my yard and fucking bounce off the walls. I can't even remember to do it. You know how many fucking alarms I set to remember to be here today? My fucking phone went off for the last 4 days every 15 minutes and say rip show. But I didn't want to no-show y'all, because I no-showed a few of them in my day, because not on purpose. I just fucking got something else I'm doing, and it's more important, I guess.
Well, we do have one more super chat from Frank's Pickleberry
Frank's
ass.
I love Frank Pickleberry's ass.
Before you go, he said he wants to hear a good coochie story. Now you just said maybe.
Okay, I got a good one for you.
Oh,
I got
never mind then. Go ahead.
Okay, no, honestly, I got a real good one for you. When I met my ex-wife, I was in a bar. She said, Jamie Dundee. I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm out looking for a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's big as a hat. We'll leave it at that, man.
That was awesome. Well, we want to thank everybody for being on here today. Bobby Lopez, center of the board. We got some good super chatters. Stephen Crawford.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Gentlemen.
Frank's Pickleberry ass. Shane Parks.
I love Frank's Pickleberry ass. We need to patent that, boy. We need to fucking patent that and make a jelly or something. It's selling in the South.
Now we always end this. We got a rock rap group called
Starcade.
I went blank. Starcade. So we got
that
to
is a
do
good
head
fucking
bob
name
at the
for
end. So
that's good shit. I like it.
If you got a hubcap, you can get.
I do. I got hubcaps everywhere. Listen, what I found is, there's hubcaps every fucking word. Every town you go to, every corner, there's one. You can just pop that motherfucker off, spray paint it, PG-13, and send it to me. I'll sign it.
Thanks for joining us today, man. Really appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
You got to get the head
Always
bob
my
at
pleasure.
Starcade, though.
It's always my pleasure. I like Stargate.
Yeah.
I was at Stargate 83 watching my brother-in-law box.
Swole,
Swole. Is he like that? He's swole like that?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, man.